Member Maple Ridge Mission.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Today is World Wildlife Day. Scientists predict that more than 1 million species are on track for extinction in the coming decades. And due to accelerated climate change and global inaction, wildlife is facing threats like never before. Recently in Australia, 1.25 billion animals died in brush fires. And for these animals that survived, many of their former homes are now uninhabitable. Now, we should recognize the threats to wildlife, but we should also celebrate the efforts that are being made to protect species in our province. In an historic agreement with the federal and provincial governments, First Nations, and 2 fish farms, Marine Harvest Canada and Cermak Canada, all 17 fish farms in British Columbia's Broughton Archipelago will either close or be moved in an effort to create a migration path for wild salmon. And also, last century saw over a 90% decrease in the caribou in the Peace region. The provincial government recently signed an agreement with the West Moberly and Saulteaux nations to protect caribou, and this agreement will protect 700,000 hectares of caribou habitat. Now, at the local level, groups throughout the province are also working tirelessly to defend our wildlife. In my riding, the Alouette River Management Society has done fantastic work for decades to protect salmon in the upper Alouette River, and the Kanaka Education and Environmental Partnership, or KEEPS, are doing great work for salmon. They installed a fish fence in the Alouette River, and this is a great resource for our community, for classrooms and researchers wanting to see salmon close up in their natural habitat. And of course, First Nations have been protecting wildlife for over a millennium, and this work continues. The Katzie Nation is working to restore the Blue Creek habitat in Upper Pitt River, and the Kwantlen Nation currently has programs integrating science and data with traditional and Indigenous knowledge of their lands to help salmon conservation. Mr. Speaker, for future generations and for communities that depend on wildlife for their culture, it's important to bring awareness to endangered species and take the steps to protect them now and in the future. Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker.